It's time.
But yeah, you get the point. 4 minutes over. No.
4 minutes apart.
Yes.
For a duration of an hour, and the contractions lasted for at least 1 minute long.
Yes, exactly.
We got it.
Yeah, we did. Nailed it. So now here comes the hospital. We get there around 4:00 p.m. We see our OBGYN there, who is finishing his rounds, his time at the hospital in an hour. So he wasn't going to be the one that's doing the delivery. So what happens?
So we get there, and there's an area where they just check all the women who are coming into the labor and delivery floor, and to see how far along they're dilated. Because if things weren't progressing, it's possible that you can be sent home and then you have to come right back. So what happened was I got checked. While I was waiting, the contractions were continuing to keep happening. Were we still timing them at that point, or we were just like,
no, we
whatever?
didn't time them at that point.
Okay, and then we found out that I was 4 centimeters dilated.
We were in the room, and things were going pretty well. As you'll see in this picture that we are showing you right now. Aisha's hand is up, and she has the peace sign. She's doing good at this point.
Yes.
Okay. I think he's good now. Yeah, so you're in your room. You're in active labor at this point. How are you feeling?
I knew that it was really happening.
Yeah.
One, I was happy because I didn't have to be induced. Seriously, guys, I did not want to be induced because our plan was, and we decided that we wanted to do it naturally. And I feared that being induced, because you're induced, you get an intense wave of everything happening at once, that I would not be able to do what I originally had planned. We had not told anybody, I think, that this was our plan, just in case it didn't go the way that we wanted it to. So I was glad. I wasn't scared, but I was just anticipating what was going to happen in the next coming hours.
And yeah, I don't think you could have anticipated what was coming in the next few hours because everything seemed to move quite fast, to be honest. We took a walk around the area that we were at, came back, she was still feeling good, but then there was this switch. Yeah, it started getting a lot more intense. Yeah, I don't even know if I can even ask you this question, but what did it feel like? It did hurt, but it felt like I just had to pee really, really bad. But there was nothing coming out. It was weird. It would hurt, but it was just a weird sensation. My body shook all over. It hurt. I screamed out. I moaned. You groaned.
Grunted, whatever I could during those times. Cries. Yeah. But there's no way to really describe it. I felt like I had to go to the bathroom really bad, I guess.
We had a plan. And the plan was to get a chair, rub her back, sway side to side in the dancing position type thing. We had a whole lot of things, a whole lot of tools at our disposal. And when it got real, 20-30 minutes before it was time for her to push, nothing was working. Nothing at all.
Yeah. Because before I was breathing along with you, we were counting, all was good. Yeah, you're right. After that time, everything went out.
Yeah. She forget counting, forget swaying side to side. It was hold your head down, hold my hand, and shake.
Yes.
So there was definitely a nurse that helped us out.
Yeah. And originally, I don't think she was going to be our nurse.
No, she
but we
was
were
not.
like, we help you, you're a nurse.
Yeah.
And she became our nurse. I don't know, she may have done something to like make sure that she was our nurse or whatever, but we were supposed to have another nurse. Her name was Alex. Nurse Alex.
Yeah.
And so she knew kind of what we wanted to do. She kind of, I guess, estimated like, oh, they're doing it naturally because she hasn't asked for any epidural or anything like that.
Oh, you don't remember.
And so
she did ask.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, you were just
I was in a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Once she knew that we were not team epidural, she decided, well, she didn't decide. She just gave us some suggestions about different positions that we had not tried before. Which is on hands and knees on the hospital bed and alternating between that and side lying on the left and right.
Yeah.
And so we did that. And it actually worked for us for the time being, alternating between those different positions. She also offered the shower, but I didn't want to do that. Yeah. And maybe next time around, I think I would consider that because it's easier if gravity is working with you during those contractions instead of against you. So,
like I said, it was getting really bad. And even though Nurse Alex definitely gave us some pointers that were really great for Aisha, it got to a point where she was like, no, I can't do this. She said that once. And I was like, oh, I know where this is going. And then after... then after she finally said, no, I can't do this. I want the epidural. Babe, I need the epidural. And once again... I was trying not to take her off, but I was like, babe, are you sure you don't want to just wait, see how things go? Maybe do it after a check? No, she was not having that at all. Now, I had the responsibility of calling the nurse. So I hit that button that was on the control thing.
Did?
Yeah,
Where
I did.
was I? Man, I
you were
was
not
gone.
there at all. And I said, hi. She wants the epidural.
I do remember that part.
Yeah. And I honestly thought they're going to be like condescending, like, oh yeah, the first timer, of course they want the epidural. But the nurse wasn't like that. She came right in and she saw that we were here for a while. And she said, why don't we just wait until your cervix is checked again, and then we can make a decision from there. A shift change is about to happen, and we will have that done within the next 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, what happened in that next 5 to 10 minutes was very interesting. So they checked your cervix, and what happened?
Give us a minute. So they checked my cervix and I was at 9 centimeters dilated.
Yeah.
So pretty much
no epidural.
No epidural, because by the time the epidural would have kicked in, Ezekiel would have already been here. Yeah. So what is the point? Yeah. So no epidural here.
She got her wish. She's
I did.
Doing it naturally.
Yes.
So here's the thing. She wanted epidural. That wasn't going to happen. And the nurse is like, oh yeah, you'll be ready to push in a few or so on. And just let me know when you feel like you have to use the bathroom.
Number 2.
Yeah. So she leaves the room. And a minute later, Aisha is groaning or grunting, as I'd like to say, and she's like, oh, I need to use the bathroom. And I was like, she needs to use the bathroom. And they're like, oh, okay, we're coming. Like, really calm, by the way. the nurse comes in and she's like, yeah, she's gonna be ready to push in just a second. And then she checks her cervix. She's like, yeah, she's almost there and whatnot. She's taking off her gloves and whatnot. And she's like, yeah, she should be there within the next 10 or 20. And then Aisha at this moment breaks whatever that lady's saying and yells at the top of her lungs. And she's like, oh, no, she's ready to push right now. You're ready to push. What is going through your head?
Man, I don't even think I had time to even be thinking.
Yeah.
At this point, I just did what I had to do. So we had to start pushing. It took a while to get the pushing down, and they say that for every first time mom, like how to push. So we had to work that out for maybe the first 10 to 15 minutes of how to actually successfully push when the contractions were happening. I found that the pushing was so much easier to deal with as the contractions were coming.
Right.
So when the contraction came and I had to push, it was a relief at that point.
Now, we don't have any home videos to show you. That would kind of be weird. However, the entire process was a beautiful process. I enjoyed being there and just seeing how strong my wife was. The nurse at one point was talking to me and she was saying, oh, daddy must be proud. And I wasn't even listening to her. I was just staring at Aisha, and the nurse is like, wow, daddy has no words. Like, I don't have any words now, because every time I think of it, I'm like, geez, like she destroyed that thing. Because you only pushed for 35 minutes. Yeah. Like, it was amazing. I don't even think it was a you thing. It was definitely a God thing. Like, he just took care of it.
Yeah. And I would like to also add, just very quickly, I would not have been able to make it without Daniel. So he wants to say how I'm just a great warrior and getting all through that. But
because you are.
Thank you. But you also need to have somebody there with you in your corner who's going to push you beyond what you think you can. Yeah. And that's what it was for me.
Yeah. Well, glad I can push you.
Yeah.
I can just need to do so in life, even when you don't like it. I guess the question that I would have for you, and I'll answer this question as well, was what was something that you learned about yourself?
I learned that I can tolerate more pain than I originally thought. I don't really like pain at all, but in birth, I don't know. As Daniel said, I think it was supernatural, like strength from on high that I did not know I had. Because I guess I was hydrated, but I didn't eat anything. Like when you're in labor, you don't think about eating at all. So it literally was strength from on high. I didn't have any nutritious meals or anything else to hold me so that I could actually, I'm stronger than I think I am. And that I can do anything with someone who believes in me is another thing that I learned.
Yeah. I guess the other question is, would you do it again?
The same way?
The same way. Would you do it again?
No. I mean, we already touched that. I would do it naturally again. But I would use some other methods like that were kind of offered to me, or maybe even choose to do it in a birthing center or something like that.
I would say what I learned about myself is that I am capable of being a good support person, and I'm not patting myself on the back or anything like that, but I do think at the same time that in order for her to be the star in a sense, there needed to be a good role player, a good co-star in a sense, and I felt like I was able to step into that role. Even though I didn't know how I was going to do, if I was going to mess things up, but like I just did the very best that I could. And over the entire pregnancy, what I also learned about myself is my willingness to fight injustice in a sense. And I know this might seem not tied together, but with Ezekiel on the way, I realized that there are things in this world that I can no longer stay silent about. And somebody asked me recently, what has made such a drastic change in how I see things and how I go about things, even the things I'm posting on Facebook or the things I'm doing here on YouTube as well. And that's all because of this guy. I never want him to have to experience the things that I have experienced in this life. Unfortunately, he most likely will. And I want him to see me fighting against that injustice. And yeah, our family, him being here, has changed everything drastically for me. So yeah, I've realized and I've learned about myself that there is still a lot more for me to change in. Yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna be in the next 5 to 10 years, or even who you're gonna be, right? But yeah, he literally has changed everything. Yeah, so he's definitely about to get up. So that is all for us today. If this is something that blessed your spirit, go ahead and like this. If this is something that you want to keep up with, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that bell somewhere up there so you can get an alert of when the next episode is. And until next week, go ahead and do something creative today. Peace.